in about 3.5, 4 hours of fishing, you can see the damage.
Beautiful fish.
Hi, I'm Ken Danjanovich, your host of this edition of Sportsman's News Television. I'm in Yakutat, Alaska with fellow pro staffer Rick Rosenberg, and we're here to fish with Ken Fanning in his Yakutat Lodge. I'll tell you, I've heard so much about this area of Alaska. It's my first visit here. Rick's a seasoned veteran, and so he's going to show me the ropes. But we're here for the fall run of silver salmon. We'll be fishing the Seatuck River, doing some ocean fishing here in the bay, and also we'll be fishing the Italio River, another well-known silver river here in Alaska. So, boy, we're excited about this trip, and I know you're going to enjoy this edition of Sportsman's News Television.
Good. Ken, I'm Rick Rosenberg.
Rick?
How are you? Rosenberg.
Good to meet
You going to take us out halibut fishing?
you. Yeah, I hope to.
How's it been?
It's been okay. August was really good. July this time of year is, some days are good, some days isn't. But I think it's going to be good this afternoon.
That's good. That's what we're looking for.
That big elk runs by and they go, shoot, shoot. I go, I can't film it. We've got some glacier ice here floating in this off of the Hubbard Glacier behind us. And pretty good sized piece out there. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty good little chunk. There's a small chunk. It's went right by the side of the boat. You always need at least one of those in the box.
Okay, we're down on the bay. This is the portion of the lodge that is actually right on Yakutat Bay. You can see it behind us. We got on the water about 1 o'clock. In about 3.5, 4 hours of fishing, you can see the damage that was done. Beautiful halibut, all the great size for eating. Had a great afternoon. 2 boats went out. We fished next to each other, and I think everybody caught halibut, had a really good time. Great weather. I mean, just a beautiful day for Yakutat. Had Mount St. Elias and the range behind us, backdrop the whole day. Hubbard Glacier was over our shoulder. The ice was floating by. Caught a few dogfish and a lingcod, bunch of nice halibut. Had a great time.
Well, I'm here with Ken Fanning from the Yakutat Lodge. Ken, tell us a little bit about the different amenities you have here to offer and really your unique fishing season that you have here.
Okay, thanks, Rick. What we've got here that's kind of special in Alaska is one, real easy access on Alaska Airlines, daily jet service. Put you at the lodge in the middle of the wilderness. Our seasons are very long. We start with steelhead in the spring, in April and May. and then all the salmon species throughout the summer with excellent halibut fishing the whole time. So we've got a real good long season and a lot of fish. The unique things here are the easy jet access, which then makes incredible world-class fishing truly affordable. I mean,
Exactly.
You don't have to wait on the weather to go fishing. You don't have to wait on other airplanes to shuttle you at the different spy camps. Once you're here, you can access the rivers and or the ocean, irregardless of the weather.
Well, we're at one of the most famous rivers, really, in all Alaska and the world, the Seatuck. This is probably the best steelhead waters in all the world. People flock here in the springs and in the fall. We're here a little bit early for the steelhead to be running heavy right now, but we're here in the prime time for the silver salmon. In fact, there's fish jumping here behind me in the river, and so Tom, our guide, is going to do an excellent job for us today, I'm sure, and me and Rick Rosenberg are going to take it to the silvers.
Right now the pinks are still in the river. They're finishing up their spawn. You'll see them jumping up here. They come over and belly flop and land on their sides to kind of break up the sperm and the eggs inside part of the spawn. The silvers are in the river, big pods of silvers. Every once in a while we're seeing a silver. We're kind of drifting down through the upper part of the Seatuck. And I'm going to stop and start fishing some of the bigger holes down below.
All right, a little double action. Yeah, that's a big silver.
Like this.
And you,
Beautiful thick head.
and you said there's probably well over 1 million pinks up here now?
Yeah, probably about 1.2 million is what they predicted this year.
You got some color.
Lots of color.
Feels gorgeous when they get like that. They really are.
What you need to do with these fish is they want a lot of movement, and so real hard, quick jerks, or strips anyway, of the fly. I'm actually using more or less a heavy jig-headed fly here, and with that pink is always great. With the body of this fly is actually a dark purple or maybe even almost a black, and another great fish.
Well, you know, one of the neat things here at Yakutat Lodge is there's a lot of different options that you can do as far as packaging for the fishing trips and for the lodging. There's 3 different options there, either at the main lodge. They're standard accommodations that they've had for years, right adjacent to the airport. They have a new facility of cabins along their private dock about 4 miles from the main lodge also. And then also they have some corporate outings you can do here actually at Ken Fanning's house itself. Boy, just the most beautiful accommodations you've ever seen as far as a great cabin here in the heart of Yakutat. And as you can see, boy, great workmanship. This was a work in progress for many years for Ken, but now he has the opportunity to house up to 10 people here. Mostly corporate groups can come in. They only take 10 people at a time. And boy, I'll tell you, it's first-class accommodations. They have their own private chef here for the people that stay at this facility also.
What happens, because this is one of the few places in Alaska you can do things on your own. We've got guide services, excellent guide services and excellent guides, and we've got good charter boats and that equipment. But this is one of the few places in Alaska that you can also fish on your own. We provide you drift boats. You can row your own drift boats. You can fish from the banks up and down for the steelhead and other salmon. And so it's pretty neat in that way. So as a result, we end up with a customer base that not only enjoy and appreciate and share Alaska with us, but also are pretty hardcore fishermen, know what they're doing and do a good job. And we just point everybody in the right directions. And when you need a little help or a little guide service, we do that.
Yeah.
We got up this morning and they put us on a fairly large plane, bush plane, and we flew down to the Italio. This is the Italio system. We're actually standing pretty near the middle Italio. There's 4 rivers that come down in here that all hold fish certain times of the year. We're going to come down here today and try our luck for silvers on the middle. We've had some really good days down here in previous years, and then sometimes it's a mediocre day. So we're on a fly out. It's still Alaskan wilderness. I've seen a lot of bears down in here. Hopefully they don't get too close today. It's the bright colors that seem to do the best, depending on the light and the clarity of the water. The orange and reds, chartreuse is always a good color. Chartreuse mixed with black, maybe a black head with chartreuse body, some flash in it. Purples and pinks do really well. A lot of good success with the blues, and mixing like a chartreuse with a blue is a good pattern.
That's great fish. Beautiful, man.
Seatuck River, Yakutat Lodge. I'm telling you, I've been to a lot of places to fish for a lot of silvers. And yesterday we were on the Italio, today we're back on the Seatuck, and this is right down my alley. Love to use a fly rod. Rick's been right next to me using his bait caster most of the time on the Seatuck. Yesterday on the Italio we used almost exclusively fly rods. So a little bit of here for everybody. No matter what your skill level is with any type of a rod, these guides can get it done for you. Tommy's been great, and let's get back to some fishing. So how far from the mouth of the ocean are we up to this point?
We're about 13 miles upriver. And so that fish is hauling right up.
Steelhead run here is the largest steelhead run in Alaska, which means it's also the largest steelhead run anywhere in the United States.
That's right.
And these are all wild fish. They're strong fish, and people come from all over the world to see them. And the neat thing is that you're dealing with these fish in a little bitty river. When I say river, many people come and say, well, this is a creek or this is a stream. I mean, it's crystal clear. You sight fish in the fish. And they're strong and powerful, fresh from the ocean in a small, short run river. So if you're a steelhead fisherman, you got to come fish the Seatuck River. I mean, it's legendary.
You bet.
Beautiful fish, and they are strong.
Well, it's hard to believe we come to the end of our stay here at Yakutat Lodge. Boy, what a great experience. If you're into big numbers of silver salmon, and I'll tell you, their spring steelhead run is just out of this world. In fact, maybe the best in all of the world. And if you're looking for a great outdoor adventure here on the Seatuck River, their ocean fishing, great accommodations, and also the Italio River, give Ken and Kip Fanning a call at Yakutat Lodge. and thank you for joining us on this edition of Sportsman's News Television.
Sportsman's News Television is sponsored by Barnes Bullets, unleaded, unfailing, and unbeatable. Vortex Optics, the force of optics. CBA muzzleloaders, it's just a better gun. And Sitka, turning clothing into gear.